Wow, what a day. I've been on this bike about 4 or 5 hours to get here. This is the Wind River mountain range. I'm on the south end, and it goes for a whole long distance farther north than we can't see here. And I'm real close now to the trailhead where I'll set up camp. But I wanted to check in because I probably won't be able to see this when I'm back there. Wow. Look, there's people back here. I'm so glad that I'm not here alone, because this was an adventure just getting here. This road was all rutted out, rocky, bumpy, and this is Sweetwater Gap trailhead. And right now I need to get some water, and I'm pretty sure it's down here in this draw. The sound of running water down here. And by the way, just outside of the parking area, something kind of like medium-sized and black ran into the trees. Couldn't catch it. Hear it. Through the second growth, through the thick-ass second growth. This is nuts. This is like haunted house, tree forest, scary. Look at, holy smokes. And why is there this old bridge here? Alright, get your water and get back before the bear eats my food. Alright, I got my water. We're gonna lock the bike here, and I'm just probably gonna camp over in these trees. Here's something exciting. I dug out the ATC Chameleon split screen video camera just for this trip. So what we can do is film forward and back, forward and sideways, etc., etc. Here's something scary, guys. I just got a tick off of my back. It was from my last trip a few days ago, and I should have filmed it, but I had to get him off quick. It felt like a piece of fiberglass cutting into me. It's the first tick I've ever had, and I felt it with the stick, rubbing it, and then I looked in the mirror and I couldn't reach it. And so luckily my knife was long enough to get it. Anyway, I scraped and scraped with the knife, and he's gone. Maybe the head is still in there. I don't care. He's gone. This is a place that I've been thinking about for a long time. Sweetwater Gap on the southern end of Wind River Range, western Wyoming. The nearest larger town is Pinedale. Man, that tick threw me for a loop. I can't tell you how freaky that was to find a tick on my back. And it was really weird. This morning, after a good night's rest, I was just out of it. I mean, I'm saying, oh man, I'm so tired, man. I can't leave for this trip today. I know it's a big drive, but I got it done, and I'm here. Alright, so dang if I wanted to bring my big pack. I was so into the North Face Ranger, cruising lighter than usual, even though that sucker got heavy with the bear can, which is required back here. This time we're in the middle of August. I've been looking at the temperatures over here, and they've been in the low 40s. The monsoons are going to swing through here. It could snow back here. So for that reason, I've got this heavier, it doesn't look heavier, but a pullover hoodie. I've got some thicker pants. I'm going to carry maybe both top and bottom my quilted army layers, because even last week I was chilly almost every morning. So the big pack, I've got 3 cameras on this trip just to have fun with. This, in my opinion, is the big focal trip of the summer. Same issue with the last time. It's the lightweight tent. There's no sense in bringing the 4-season tent yet. I'm sitting on the warmer sleeping bag, which did a great job last week, and it'll do a great job back here. The coldness is in the morning when I'm trying to get motivated and get out of the sleeping bag. So with the quilted layers, I'll have a boost. Yeah, last week with all my top layers, I was still cold in the morning. What? Here's an interesting thing. I brought these along. These goofy flip-flops for water crossings. But the cool thing that I discovered is I can bungee these around my feet so they don't fall off. I mean, the concern is you're going to lose your slippers in the creek crossings. Other than that, it's the same scenario as the last few summer trips. Lightweight cooking items, stove, fuel. 8 days worth of food is what I'm projecting. Yeah. This is heavy. It's more than 8 days of food, people. It's got to be nearly 15 pounds. And somebody mentioned to me once that the food to day hiking ratio is 1.5 pounds of food for each day that you're backpacking. So if I'm, looking at 8 days, which is over reality, that's 12 pounds. Along with that is my produce pouch, apples. I've got some cucumbers, pickling cucumbers, awesome. And these sweet peppers for dinner are amazing. Hola, hola. I got my butt going here. Little sandy lake. Sweetwater Gap. Alright, here's a trail in this thicket. It's regrowth after a burn from about 30 years ago. But the trail is well established, easy to follow. Here's some bigger trees. It looks like they've been infested with beetles, many of them. And There have been many blowdowns. And see, the tricky blowdowns are the ones that are higher. You have to kind of roll over on your belly. Oh, 3 in a row. And you look both ways. See about going around. But these aren't so high. So, kind of step over these. Yeah. Look at the pattern on there. Here we are, Sweetwater Creek. You probably can't see it. This will be my first moose spotted. Just came through here. A female. My first moose. And we got some more boulders in the mix now. I'm probably 3 miles in, maybe. And you know, the range of sight is 30 to 50 yards, and you can have critters hiding in here for sure. Starting to see some standing waters. Got some meadows over here, but still this trail is right through like the thicket. It's cool, I like it. Here's a meadow, muddy. There's the top end of it. And you can see some higher mountain ranges back here. Here's the biggest meadow yet, and Sweetwater Creek just might start here. I'm not sure. So what I did is I loaded up with water because the pass is somewhere close back there, and I'll probably camp in the pass. Okay, we still got running water up here, and I've been carrying this 4 pounds of extra water weight for at least a mile, and I see sky through the trees real close to the pass now. Still got the water, and this is the pass. It's got to be the pass. Nice breeze coming through, some flat spots for tents, big gray clouds. They just might crack open up here, and I'll be looking for a camp spot here soon. I'm gonna look on the far edge over here to get some morning sun. Yeah, baby. Wow, just 50 yards up the hill, here's a grouping of old growth trees. Fantastic. Nice and dry. Here's the zone. I had someone walk right through here, and now they're up there making camp. It's pretty rude that, You walk right next to someone's tent like that. Might be looking for another spot. Somewhere down here. And the bugs are just horrible. Mosquitoes. Real nice pass here. But this is starting to be damp in here. So I gotta be up. Oh boy. Okay, here's the relocation. I'm happy with it. I like this place better. There's a whole backdrop of protection behind the tent. Looking out, I've got this soggy mosquito larvae meadow to look at, just in case any animals come out. And a whole great chance of early sun. All right, it's the morning of day 3, the second day into the Bridger Wilderness, and just crossing the border. Yesterday I'm in the PoPo Agie Wilderness. It's on the opposite side of the range, and I'll be on this side for 2.5 days maybe. Okay, the mosquitoes are slowly reviving, but I'm full of ambition and I'm ready to go today. I'm dropping down into one of the forks of the PoPo Agie River and then climbing up out of that into some lake chains. And real weird here with this sun. It's just there's a almost looks like a smoke bank or a smog cover, but I don't smell smoke. It just must be moisture, high clouds. Alright, so I'm gonna have my coffee and hit it. And we'll be walking with the chameleon today. I brought 3 cameras. This pack is just way too heavy. It's gonna just kill me. I'm trying to eat some of the heavier food. Hey, this was pretty cool. I forgot to mention. Last night I'm just sitting here reading. Pretty quiet. No one around. And right through here, one of the pine martens, one of those guys that I saw in my last film, he ran right straight through here, right along the edge of my tent. And it was so fast, and I could even hear him breathing. And I think he paused on the log here, and maybe 15 minutes later he came back and was on the log. It was just, it was a good laugh. And then this morning, like every animal in the zoo was making noise before the sun came up. I should have started getting my stuff together. However, this guy needed drying, and it's about done. Here we are, starting down today. So I'm eventually going to be on the other side of this canyon. Not sure exactly where. 6 miles. Again, I'll push for. And that's that. Look at that guy. Yeah, and that guy. This is gonna work. Here I am. Not sure which side. This'll work. Hey! Oh. You're crossing back over the same creek. I've had some animal smells. Just a few tracks on the trail. And I did take a spill yesterday. I landed right on my chest and belly on a boulder. Got my feet wet. It was a wake-up call. Yesterday was kind of a cluster. I needed to get some miles on, and I was just kind of pushing. The pack weight was heavy, and it was really hot yesterday. You can see there's my sweat ring on my hat. I probably lost 2 pounds yesterday. This morning feels great. Okay, I've seen these recently. These dropping sizes, kind of like small. I'm pretty sure these are from the pine martens. Here's the bottom, a huge meadow, and probably the right fork or the south fork of the PoPo Agie is over this way. Maybe, I'm not sure. I think I start climbing here soon. Here we've got 6 horses over here, and quite a ride. You ride the horses, but that's a wide creek here. Probably gonna need my slippers for that one. Yeah, there's a nice peak up here. And the bugs are more prevalent, of course, in these meadows. Here we go, is the trailhead. And I'm 2 miles into my day. Yeah, here we go. Gonna have to put on my slippers for this. And it's an experiment here. All right, here's my experiment. I've got bungees on these flip-flops so they don't fall off, and my boots are on the back, and we're gonna go for this. Okay. Nice and cold, isn't it? Nice and slow. Don't want to slip and fall. These rocks can be slippery. Alright. Oh. Alright. Came off. Just like both of them, when I started to walk fast, came off of my toe. So I'm gonna have to go slow. And we lost one of the bungee cords. No, it's right there. We're gonna tune out to get across this. Well, it was like a 50% success, and I'll take it. The thing is, these bungees have to be wrapped on there tight, and moving the foot forward has to be slow, and it's kind of difficult when you lose your balance, but it's done. We're moving on. Here we go. Ice Lakes Trail this way. Another big meadow here. Fantastic. And we've got a creek over here. Real nice. Alright. I've been climbing up through these boulder fields with some flat spots with standing water. And here I'm across the canyon now. That's where I started this morning over there. And I think I'm just gonna have to get even with that, and I'll be done climbing. And here the views are getting better. I'd be surprised that all these mountains were hanging out over here. I just have to get up in here. I think I'm going up here. Beautiful. Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. And got some snowpack up there. What a fantastic place. Not at the top. It's just up here. And look at how much more was above Sweetwater Pass over there. Wow, here it is, this pass going into Icicle Lakes, or Ice Lakes, perhaps. And back here is Wind River Peak. That's, I'm thinking 12,000 feet. Right here is over 10,000 feet. And it's just above Sweetwater Gap from over there, probably 4 miles distant now. And I've got 2 more miles just to undulate through these rocky boulder moraines. I think one more 300-foot climb, but yeah, the hardest part's over. And here's something that somebody dropped. It's called a kula cloth, not a kulo cloth. There were 3 women, young women, one very attractive woman that I met crossing the fork of the river. So I don't know what this is for. It opens up, there's a snap. But whatever you do, don't smell the inside of a kula cloth. It smells like, I don't know if it was for their dog, but it kind of smelled like spent brewer's malt or something. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it, but I don't know why. Here we go. This is no biggie. A little more. It's kicking my butt. We got the clouds building way over there. I'm thinking I'm alright. This little canyon here, Lake Canyon, just kicked my butt. It was over there. Seemed like an hour ago. Holy man! Oh, my back is killing me, this pack. It's too much. Alright. Here's what I got to go down through. Oh, gotta take it off now. And then I'll look at the map. Oh. Alright. Man, what a workout this is. And there's no other way to lighten that load unless I eat heavy food or throw things out. And I'm saying goodbye to this view. Clouds are creeping this way. Probably another hour and a half if they don't build up here. And I gotta get over in that area, in those trees somewhere. I gotta push through this basin and go up this way, unless I just can't go anymore. But it helps to stop, take the pack off, and move around a little bit. And now I get to go downhill for a while, and that helps too. I just came down the trail here, and there's a big wet crossing here, muddy, but I'm kind of thinking there's a place farther up, because I could almost get across right here. Let me see. Well, I can get this. I have to just get on those branches. I got it. There's a beautiful lake here. I haven't seen anyone back here. I've seen footprints. And my trail goes up into here. I just don't know how much farther I got. How much I got left in me. This is very close to finding a spot to camp. The clouds are building here, which could mean in a half an hour or so we can have rain. What I think is the trail goes around this lake here, through this draw, and then there's a lake back there that's draining. I'm done. Okay, the trail's just down here, And I took a chance coming up that I would find a spot. And it's going to be here. And the reason being, yeah, that sunrise going to be somewhere in here. And now I just need to go get water. I'm parched and I'm done. So weird. You know, this last 45 minutes was like my back didn't hurt. Go figure. That's how you befriend your local chipmunks, with a nice, salty, hot piss on the rock over there. I did that so, you know, anything coming in here would smell it. Cougar, bear, maybe elk or deer. But yeah, it was all on the side of that rock. And I am whumped. I have never felt so beat up by backpacking. Okay, and I have my tent right here. Yeah, great, in the shade, and I'm thinking the sun's gonna track that way. Oh no. And it was literally hurting my head. I went to the creek, got my water. I cleaned some clothes. I took advantage of this sunshine, which I think I'll be hard pressed to get, you know, for a few days coming up. So the knee braces are drying. My base layer shirt was washed. It's been a hot, hot day again. Just sweat dripping. One pair of hiker socks. And come on guys, dry before the sun goes away. And a pair of underwear. And my body. And my feet just, I put those feet in that water. It was ecstasy. It was just pure ecstasy. I can't explain it. Even like rinsing up to the knees. Oh, what a day. And so now I'm back here in the shade. It was my original thought, but it's a little crooked. Coming into this drainage, about a half a mile out, I heard footfalls on a rocky slope, which I can see over here, but I didn't locate the animal. Hard to say what it was. Regardless of what it was, it would have to make noise going through the rocks. And just down here is the creek, and there's kind of like a cliff, so I had to go this way. But while I was doing the business over there, there was something in the trees between the creek and the cliff. Something real close, stepped on some branches. So I made some noise. So this was a lot of up and down and avoiding boulders. Just almost every footfall had to be calculated. Things are going to get easier. You know, after I cut through these draws here, it's going to drop down to a large river fork canyon. And downhill is good. No serious weight on my back. and then a long hike up that river fork, eventually to Jackass Pass, but I'm going to camp shy of that and climb in the morning first thing. And there's a countdown going on. All right, so I'm 2 days into this, over 15 miles, a total length of 40, an estimated time of 7 days, which is, you know, once this pack lightens up and I'm going downhill, I can put on some more miles, like a river canyon going down. And also, there's always the potential to just, bivvy for a day and drop the weight. I would prefer to do that on a rainy day. And as far as the weather is concerned, this was a lucky day not to be rained on. I'm going in the tent. Bugs are they're after me now. Let's look at the elevation change so far. I think 5 back down after last night. I don't know, 3.5 or 4 today. So let's just call it 7,000 to 8,000 feet elevation change these last 2 days. Pretty hardcore. And I'm totally losing weight. Man, I had a rough night last night. I had a fever in this tent. Everything was hurting. My legs, my toes, my feet, my knees, my shoulders, my elbows, everything was hurting. And then my head hurt. So this trip is going to be put on hold right now. I don't have the energy to hike with that pack any distance, whether it's forward or back. And this wind was blowing this tent so hard I thought it would fall apart last night. And with those feverish waking dreams, oh man, pretty hardcore last night. So I'm just gonna stay here today. I'll probably limp back the way I came, unless I feel miraculous tomorrow. Yeah, what a nightmare. I would be in that bed and something would just sharply pain, and I would just moan. It hurt so bad. And I don't know, it was too much. Well, I was in this tent all day yesterday. Like a whole day has passed. Zero appetite. Now, most of all of the aches are gone, except for like my head and my ears and maybe my jaw, my teeth. So yeah, I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna start heading back today, slowly but surely. I've got a good plan. I just don't know how it's all gonna work with climbing out of these cirques. We'll see. But yeah, it's time to head out. And man, what a bummer, a letdown here for this to happen. But you know, you got to listen to the body, and you know, it's better to go back 10 miles than try to go ahead 30. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's real hard going. Like one of the hardest things I've done. I have to stop and rest every 20 or 30 steps. But I'm going to make it. I've got this one. That's the highest one to go over. And one lesser one. Then I start to go down. And I've got a place in mind to set up my tent. It's a tangible reality now. My route back through this gap over here, Sweetwater gap, and then this little rise here will be the last bit of climbing for the day. I'm going to drop down and get to a camp spot, and the next day I'll push up into the gap and drop down, maybe finish, but if not, I can camp somewhere on the way down. And really, luckily my legs and my knees are doing well. It's my back and my head is just loopy. So I think that this is going to be my spot here. There's a small feeder creek and a larger creek over here. Okay, here it is. Nice quiet location with the slight white noise of the creek flowing through here. Quite happy to get that little bit of hiking in. These lake basins to climb up and out of. Uh, quite a lot of leg work. And so I'm just a little bit above the river crossing. I'll get that in the morning, hike up to the pass, Sweetwater, and decide from there what I'm going to do next. But all of the little bits add up to the greater whole, and just getting up from that last location, from being sick there, and you know, getting whatever 2 or 3 miles closer. quite a motivational boost. Raspberry hibiscus tea. That's gonna hit the spot. We had a thunderstorm roll through with hail, and it's the first time really I got splattered, like above the bottom. You can see the dirt splatters, but I'm dry. Everything's just fine. I'm not going to say it's dismal because it's really not. I'm gonna move on. I don't want to be stuck here all day. And you know, most likely I'm squandering this break in the weather when I should be packing up. Yesterday was a trial with the sickness, which seemed to migrate to my bowels. I don't know how everything I could eat just turned to liquid. It was horrible. This has become like more of a mental odyssey than a backpacking trip. But that's okay. Here's the plan. Today I just want to get to the pass. It's not really where I want to stay. I just want to make it there and have tomorrow the shot just to get back to the parking area. That's the end of the story for the 6th day on this adventure, surprisingly, which really was just a huge test of will. Hey, we've had some clear skies. It's been nice and cool. I'm nearly in the gap, Sweetwater Gap. Again, I'm concerned about that parking lot area and the road getting there. I'm about 6 miles away. Yeah. I came down out of the hills. I hiked 8 miles today, and it was just from point to point to point, resting my back. This is a BLM campground. I'm so happy to be here because it has two things that I was really hoping for. It has a picnic table and also a fire pit here, which I'm not excited about having a fire. But one thing that I didn't do the last 3 nights was my hot dog regime in my dinner. I pretty much just skipped dinners because I was so out of it and so weak and just didn't want to hassle. And I'm gonna cook my hot dogs on a stick right here. You know it, darn tootin'. This camp location is about 2.5 miles down from the trailhead parking area. And I wanted to get away from that rutted road just in case there was a squall that just sat over this area. Here it's all gravel. This road going up to the main road is gravel. I won't have any trouble getting out of here. I want to recount this tick episode. It's still itching. But what I want to say is I probably picked that tick up on my last trip. Had to be. There were just tons of elk in that first section of my trip. If you see excess droppings like this, I'm pretty sure these are deer droppings, but they're everywhere here. Here, 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 here. It's a sign that there's gonna be these ticks. Now, one issue that I have to address with my camping style, I leave the front screen open for extended periods of time when I'm not at the tent or going in or out. I leave, perhaps a sleeping bag draped over the tent to air out or dry. It's the perfect scenario for a tick to get into the tent without my knowledge, get into my bag without my knowledge, and most likely that guy got me when I was sleeping. Okay, I'm getting ready for this what's turned out to be a shish kebab event. I've got my hot dogs. I've sliced cuts in them so that they will cook better evenly. I have leftover small sweet peppers and garlic. And so what I'm going to do is put the pieces of garlic inside the pepper and hope for the best. Come on, funny bunny. Come on for dinner. Into the